God for IFC, because they keep providing us with movies each and every week, even though theaters are closed down. Thank you. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a brand new movie review. Today I'm going to be discussing How to Build a Girl, which stars the likes of Beanie Feldstein, Alfie Allen, Chris O'Dowd, Emma Thompson, and Michael Sheen. And this is a movie that I've been really looking forward to, just from the poster alone, and knowing that Beanie Feldstein was in here, because, yeah, after Booksmart, she won me over, and I've been clamoring for what her next project was going to be. God, I can't acclaim. If you haven't seen Booksmart yet, go on Hulu, go watch it, and then go make sure to search out for How to Build a Girl. Can't tell, I actually really like this movie. I'm a sucker for these coming-of-age films, and I think there's enough of a different style inside this one, thank you to the directing and writing, and of course the main performance, that really makes this one stick out over others. You are new here though, and you love movie reviews, if you loved geeky content, and you want to be a geek like me, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button so you never miss out on content like this on a daily basis, as well as comment down below and let me know your guys' thoughts. Are you guys excited for this one? Have you already watched it? Have you seen it? Let's discuss it down there. Build a Girl is about Johanna Morrigan, who is played by Beanie Feldstein, who is a teenager living with her working class family on a council estate in England as she becomes a popular but conflicted music journalist. Just from that synopsis alone, it doesn't get you hyped, but what you should be hyped about is, of course, Beanie Feldstein and what she's able to do with here, because this really channels the crossings of what happens when you are in journalism, or in general when you're in a successful career, maybe coming in at a young age, and what that can possibly do for you as you start to grow old, or in general as your career starts to take off. We all know people who maybe aren't as humble as they should be, or maybe they are, and we like that perspective from them. Actually, one of the unique things that this film takes apart and dives into so well is the fact that it takes the character of Beanie Feldstein's Johanna Morrigan and really intersects her, shows that yes, she came from this very poor family, and now that she's having success even above her family, she might even feel that she's better than them. Seeing that element kind of play throughout here sees the selfishness and the humbleness that we wish that she had inside of her. This speaks volumes to many people who this have happened to, and I think some people might actually watch this and change themselves for the better. I think this film opens your eyes and perspectives that you might not be able to see that you are changing, but others see it. I think that's something that this was nice, because a lot of coming of age films kind of put us inside the main character's shoes, but what this one actually does, in fact, is put us on the outside perspective, looking in and watching them and seeing what they are possibly doing. So we see when she was a bright, quirky, only 16-year-old who used her colorful imagination to escape her humdrum life, but once she gets this opportunity to live out her lavishness, she takes it and runs with it, and maybe even thinks she's better than everyone around her. Beanie Feldstein is outstanding in here. I mean, she was fantastic in Booksmart, but I think she might even be better here. It really takes this shift so well, and it feels so normal for her character that her as a performer is able to really pronounce it into the limelight. Speaking of other performances, Alfie Allen is brilliant in here. I'm a major fan of him from Game of Thrones, and I wish he would have gotten more material to work with, especially in the later seasons. But this movie showcases a lot of his talent, and I want this guy to get his own dramatic effort. I think his character in here alone has some of the best moments and scenes throughout it, and actually add to the colorfulness and the differenceness of this coming-of-age story. Speaking of other great performances, Chris O'Dowd really does wonders here. I think he's a very underrated supporting actor. Gemma Arterton is also great, and even, of course, when the likes of other cameos start showing up, they fit so well into this film. Even though the performances are great in here, we must discuss the director in here, Coky, which I am probably completely mispronouncing, and if I am, I apologize for that. I'm bad at it. I tried doing my research. It's a little bit hard to figure it out, but Coky is absolutely excellent in here. She provides a very direction that is not just vibrant in the world, but kind of bubbly and fizzy with the elements of this coming-of-age story that kind of just, most stories could fizzle out, but this one, for its length, actually maybe should have been longer. And I think if I'm coming to a nitpick on this, I think the story could have been longer, and maybe could have even been extended by 10 to 15 minutes to add a little bit more depth to this journey, because maybe, I think there's one thing in particular, is her turn as a character and the arc, I feel like, is a little sudden, and I would have liked a little bit more time with it marinating to her coming there. Even though it does feel natural from my perspective and seeing how it goes, I feel like for some people the shift won't be as cohesive. But even with that said, the director here, again, brings about a vibrant and really bubbly and fizzy crowd pleaser that puts a big smile on your face as a coming-of-age film, and it feels so different than others that we've gotten before. And I think that's something that I'm really happy to see in here because it's different enough to stand out from the other ones that we've seen all the times before, and the many that we get throughout the whole years. With wonderful directing and great performances, that's what makes How to Build Your Girl a special kind of movie. For any other cons that I do have to mention in here, I do think it gets a little bit predictable by the second act. I think you kind of understand which pinpoints it is going to go to, and even though the vibe and the style of the film does feel very different than other coming-of-age films, they all kind of follow the same formulaic path that we know that they're going to go down. Hey, it's still fun, it's entertaining, and definitely makes you think about different types of things. Before I give you guys my final thoughts on How to Build a Girl, make sure to comment down below. Let me know your guys' thoughts on this film. Are you guys excited for this one? Are you not? If you want to be a geek like me and you love movie reviews, make sure to hit that like and subscribe so you never miss out on content like this on a daily basis, as well as head on over to Cinematography Films on how to see films early. And just, of course, a big thank you to you and a big thank you to my Patreon supporters, because without you, I wouldn't be able to do this. How to Build Your Girl has wonderful performances, some that I would give an absolutely standing ovation to. Alfie Allen, please go get something else. I want to see your next dramatic effort. And of course, Beanie Feldstein, you are a star. You're not just an upcomer anymore. You are there. And again, I cannot wait to see what she does next. This directing effort, though, I'm excited to see what Coky does next, and I think that's something that I'm personally looking forward to in the future after seeing the bubbly fizziness and, in general, the vibranceness that she puts inside this movie and made into her own style. Sometimes directors kind of copy from others, but she didn't. And yes, while the story might be a little bit predictable here, especially towards the second act where you kind of start understanding where the story's going to go, and maybe it could have even been longer to kind of establish the twist of this character's nature and how she becomes in her and where she's going in her character progression. And I think it's nice in those elements. I just wish it wouldn't have been so sudden. I wish the story wasn't as predictable. But again, this was an entertaining, fun movie, and if that's something we need right now. That's something we all need in what's going on in the world. So with all that said, I'm going to give How to Build a Girl a B. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are down below. Are you guys excited for this one? Are you not? Do you guys love Beanie Feldstein? Have you seen Booksmart? Are you gonna watch this one? Let me all know down below in the comments section. I can't wait to read your guys' thoughts. So, of course, until next time, stay classy.